is it going to be a bloodbath? Is it going to be a massacre for the Democrats? Or are these polls potentially leading us astray?
Well, the first thing is, I'm going to say two slightly contradictory things. One, this is going to be a long process. A lot of these states take a long time to vote or to count their vote. And with the massive increase that we've seen in early voting, these don't get counted in advance. So it's going to take a long time to figure out some of these races. But at the same time, I think we'll know early whether or not it's going to be a late night. And what I mean by that is there are key races in the eastern part of the state, in New England, in Virginia, where Republicans stand to make some gains. In some cases, some rather unprecedented gains in Rhode Island and Connecticut, states where Republicans have not done well in a long, long time. That if they win those seats, it's going to be very clear that Republicans are going to have a really big night.
Yeah. Doug, I mean, you just heard those comments from former President Donald Trump, really just teasing us all about whether or not he's going to declare for the presidency. In your mind, is that something that's just inevitable at this point?
Well, look, Donald Trump, when in life, when anybody says that they don't want to detract from something, they immediately detract from it. But what we know with Donald Trump is he is all about the suspense, about the tune in next week. And so this is going to be a same bat time, same bat channel. And on the 15th, we'll see what he says. But very clearly, he wants to run, and he feels that this would be a shield, if he is a candidate, a shield against potential litigation against him for various misdeeds that he may be accused of, from the Department of Justice to the state of New York or the state of Georgia. But there are other Republicans who are itching to run, and what we see is Trump trying to take some of the air out of those balloons, specifically with Ron DeSantis, who he referred to as Ron de Sanctimonious. And most Democrats would tell you that Donald Trump giving you a nickname is a badge of honor. What we don't know yet is if that's true of Republicans as well.
Yeah, exactly, Doug. So how would you see a runoff between Trump and DeSantis playing out? Because it does appear that DeSantis would be the most likely contender in that battle for Republican nomination for president. And then secondly, what do you see as the key issues that voters are going to be honing in on in these midterm elections? We know that the weak points for the president have been inflation and the energy crisis, but he has scored points on Ukraine. So where does it stand?
Yeah, look, we have to see what Ron DeSantis decides to do, just as we have to with Trump. Tom Cotton, the senator from Arkansas this week, said that he's not going to run, was widely expected to. And so the question will be, how many Republicans decide to yet again accede to Trump, and how many, if any, decide to stand up to him? And here's the problem for Republicans quite often is they so often hustle to score points with Donald Trump. But Donald Trump is not somebody who gives points. He only takes them away. And he does so one at a time. He loved Ron DeSantis until he didn't, for instance. On these midterms, inflation is number one, number two, and number three on the ballot. Everything that Republicans and independents tell you, and to some extent Democrats, is they're concerned about inflation, the economy, what they're spending on things, and everything else sort of falls by the wayside, with the exception of the issue of crime, which also obviously there's an economic impact there as well. Other issues are just not being talked about with that same kind of fervency. And what we've seen, which has really given Republicans some hope, is that really the issue of abortion post-Dobbs decision has fallen on the wayside a little bit. Republicans are doing better now with, say, independent and suburban women in the polls than they were, say, 3 months ago. And so they feel a lot better about their situation today. And that's why they're so excited, looking forward to big wins tomorrow. They have to happen before you can really claim credit for them. But Republicans in the senatorial and congressional committees and at the RNC are really confident right now.